I'll get started. I'll share my screen eventually. So the Mind Body Spirit Network is all about leverage because I know my clients. They do not have the bandwidth or the wherewithal to do what you need to do online if you're serious about developing a lead generation marketing strategy online. It's really kind of a good place to do it because you can really get highly targeted at your audience. And it's a little hard to get highly targeted in a small town or in a meetup group where everyone is kind of a mixed bag. You know, when you have a very specific offering, and many of my clients have very specific offerings, if you can kind of put all those people in a similar community and let someone like me leverage that power of community, which I fully understand because I've been watching the power of directories, for example, and how to get found within a directory. And then I understand the power of content marketing, which is blogging. And I tell all of my clients after I create a website for them, you really got to blog, you know. And they're like, how much? I'm like, once a week would be great. Doesn't happen. So I'm like, all right, how can I solve this problem? Because I can get them found on page 1 of Google searches for a while, but if you leave that website inactive, it's going to fall in the rankings and you're not going to get found. So I created this network for many purposes. The number one purpose is to generate you leads every day and give you visibility in your business every day. Because otherwise, what's going on? You can't sleep at night. Where's my next client coming from? I don't have any leads. How am I going to get any leads? And I went through the same thing. I'm sitting around waiting for my expert SEO to kick in, and it did, you know, but only like 25% of my leads came from Google searches. Others came from referrals, and now all of my leads are coming through a paid strategy. And I can't say right now that they're all ideal clients, but I have a longer buy-in period for what I offer for most people. So it's a longer sell-through, and a lot of people aren't ready yet. Or, you know, and I have different offerings for wherever you're at, but the power of community, this is why I mentioned the Huffington Post. People want to get their exposure in that, and the Elephant Walk, I've heard of that too. It's a great blog. But I don't believe any of those people, any of those properties are working for their clients. They're just letting you be a part of, you know, content. And if it gets found, great. I'm not sure what they're doing, if anything, to get you found. They're just putting you in their content stream, and then that really serves them as a marketing power and getting revenue from advertisers. So I'm doing this content only for my members, not everyone under the sun who wants to, you know, everyone wants to write and provide their content to me. I'm like, I don't think so. You want to become a member? Sure. I'm here to promote my members. I'm going to make sure that what you write is relevant to what you're doing. I want to make sure what you write has an audience. And then I want to make sure that whoever comes to read what you're offering has a next step to take to become a lead for you. So I'm getting ahead of myself. I always do. So I'm going to start from the beginning. And we've kind of already hit on a lot of these topics in my other training. So when you become a member of the network, the first thing I'm going to do is some keyword research, because I want to understand your business. I want to understand what words and phrases are people using to find you. And then we can decide what is the content of your membership page going to read like. So that initial part of the service that I do is making sure you have an audience, making sure that there's money and financial viability for what you want to do. And if you don't, I'm going to say, you know what, this is weak. You're going to have a hard time building a business with this intention. And for I have yet to find a business that can't thrive online. I've had a few, but not many. And in the holistic health realm, there's a lot of opportunities. And I also am looking to find out what problems do people want solved? Not only what service do you offer, but what problem are you solving? And working with Cheryl Murphy was we did this a long time ago. So it really came to me like, what problems is Cheryl solving? Psychic readings is a huge volume online. And it has mixed baggage. Spiritual mediumship is a different phrase. It's really, I feel Cheryl is that. She's also a psychic as well, but we're not going to get her found reading psychics necessarily because the volume and competition is huge. So that got me thinking, Cheryl, what really matters is what problems are you solving? And that's what we want to take a look at when developing content for your website or for your membership in the network. It's always like, all right, what problem are you solving first? And Cheryl helps people that are grieving from lost, someone's passed, and there's a lot of people that need help with someone who's passed. So that was a great topic. Another one is life transition stuff. You're getting ready you're going to take a job and move out of the state, whatever. Any type of major decision stuff people need help with. I mean, we all know the answer, but Cheryl kind of helps see, is that energy in alignment or not? So it's solving problems is what everybody here does. It's not the type of service you offer, but of course we're going to suggest that. And like for Donna, she will be a life coach, but life coach is really background to what she's really doing, which is helping women in transition. That's the focus of that keyword research, is finding out. And people literally ask questions when I do my research, like, how do I do this? What is this? How do I do that? There's all kinds of questions in search that are ideal blogging topics for your business. And, and again, I'm looking at search volume, how competitive is it, financial viability, can you build a business here? And many times it's hell yes. And then I scare everybody. Like, I don't want to, what are you going to make me build a business? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to. So it's an eye-opener when you see the results of what's going on out there. So then what you're going to have is a one-page website, a very comprehensive one-page website inside of the network, which is really a directory. And I don't want to call it a directory because it's not your average directory. It's beautiful. It's comprehensive SEO, search engine optimization, so you're actually going to get found on a local level first. That's our greatest opportunity, is to get found locally, except for you, Kana. You're a challenge because you're in New York City. To get found, your website to get found in New York City, we'd probably have to take a different approach, and it's really like a paid approach for you because you're in a big, unless we can narrow it down to neighborhoods in New York City, like still it's a bit of a challenge, a search engine strategy. You would really have to be more of a paid strategy to get in front of people, which it'd be a better way to go for you, just as an example. So I'm going to share my screen for a sec and just show you I just revamped the whole website. So the website is all about the members now. I have a separate website for the marketing of the business. I want this website to be all about my members. So I'm going to share the screen here.
Liz, you're about 9 minutes in.
Okay. I'm not going to take a break on this one, Hugh, just so you know. All right. Can everyone see my screen? No. Hold on. Oh, share the screen. Hello. Sorry, you guys. Sometimes I'm a little bit of a doof. All right, so here's the new website. And the home page is going to be all about the members. So I'm going to just scroll down here a little. You can go back and look at it later. So this is going to be our newest member. So when you become a member, you're going to be on the home page of the website and many other places as well. And we're going to click through one of these member pages so you can see what it looks like. And then you're going to have a blog post written that's going to be shared on the homepage of the website. And all memberships come with one blog post a month that you're going to write. And I had someone say to me yesterday, I need to be accountable for blogging. I'm like, I know, that's why I did this. So as part of your membership, I'm going to look at the keyword research and I'm going to say, okay, these are the blog post topics I would recommend. And you'll decide what you want to write about. And then I'm going to give you the keyword phrases I want you to use to format that blog post so it actually gets found. So this is like the first step. So your blog post is going to show up here and everywhere else on the internet. And I'll show you that in a minute. If you have some type of online event or free webinar, that will be posted in here as well and shared all over social media. And we'll take care of that. So anytime I share anything on social media, I always have SEO in mind, which is search engine optimization. And I'm a champ at getting found. If I share something on Facebook, I can Google it and see that Facebook listing show up on page 1. Same with Pinterest. Never mind getting found within each of the respective places. Like you can do a search inside of Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter. Everything has search capabilities, but I can even go another level and get my Facebook posts and Pinterest posts found on a Google search. So this is huge, and if I even told you what I was doing, you'd all like exit the room and say, just give it to me, Liz. I don't want to hear about it. It's like, I don't want to hear about the dirty laundry. All right. So let's go look at one of our members' site. And this woman is a holistic health nutritionist, but her focus is on the skin and natural treatments for acne. And when I did her keyword research, it was huge. And I said, woman, my website is dragging because I'm on video. I'm dragging today for some reason. I apologize, you guys. So what I'm going to show you is a one-page website, which is essentially what I would create for each one of you. And if you don't have a website at all, or you're thinking about building your own website, it's highly unlikely you're going to get found without someone like me helping you. And when I first created this website, this particular client had her own website, which she actually did a very good job at, and she had a lot of content. But when I created her one-page website, it showed up in 60 different locations on a dozen different searches on page 1 of Google, and her website was nowhere to be found. I'm like, holy moly, that's pretty huge. So at the very least, if you don't invest in SEO on your own website and you're not investing in your own, and you're doing your own website, this is a great backup to get you covered way more than you're going to do on your own. So every page is going to have this giant landing page. No denying what this woman does. It's like, oh, it's clear. She's taking care of acne here. And if that's your ideal client, there's no mistaking what's going on. So I'm just going to scroll through this real quickly. This is her lead magnet. Everyone's going to have a lead magnet, which means something that people can opt into that makes sense. It's relevant to what she's doing to start growing her list. And this is just on her landing page. So she created this all-natural pimple busting recipe. And you just sign up to get a recipe. Now she's building her list. So that's going to come very quickly in the design. Right away, you're going to make some type of offer to start building your list. And then this is where we dealt with all of the problems that she helps with. So there's going to be 6 boxes of services and content on every website. And she was struggling how to prevent acne on a daily basis. This is all based on our keyword research. People want food for healthy glowing skin. So we're making sure healthy glowing skin and clear skin diet, all of these things are on this page. And then we're always asking questions. Are you looking for natural acne treatments or a fresh approach to healthy glowing skin? We're calling out to the audience here, and we'll do that with whomever your audience is. So there's a one-page website does need to be pretty specific. You can't be all over the map with what you want to serve. You got to get focused, and this is a good thing to get focused. And then there'll be 3 more blocks of services, which look something like this, bold and graphic, foods for healthy glowing skin. So you're going to have 6 blocks of service-related information on your website. And then we're going to talk about you. This is all about Morgan. She's the holistic health coach, or about your business. You're going to have an opportunity to talk about the business and then about you and your background. And then you're going to have your own blog feed. So she's only done 1 blog, but every month you'll add to the blog and your feed on your page will show your posts here. And then you would click through to the post. So everyone's going to have their own blog feed on their website. And then here's a little bit more about who she does and who she serves, which is kind of like your elevator speech. And then I want a video of you. And this is the best way. I think I've said this many times. When a video shows up on a landing page or website or product review, it's 60% more likely to convert to a sale. And I probably should move this video up, by the way, now that I'm looking at it. It's been a while since I did this page, but that video is so important, and that video will then go into our YouTube channel. And then we've got testimonials are always important to any type of web page. So you have testimonials, and then we're asking the question, are you ready? And what's trending in web design now is a one-page website just like this that's telling a story. Because imagine somebody on a phone. It's bold and graphical. There's not a lot of reading. It's simple bullet points. And it's bringing through, it's a storytelling opportunity, and that's what I'm doing here. And there's also opportunity for you. I want you to share your favorite quote, which I did on the home page of this, but I'm asking everyone for a favorite quote. And asking for a quote from you. This is what she's got. She's on a mission, and I'm quoting what she's saying. And then at the very bottom of the page is all the access information that they would need. If you had social media, we would share that. She didn't have any, but you would have connect to her social media. Your own social media would be connected. Your website's connected. Contact is connected. And for clients like Cheryl Murphy, who I'm working with, I'm going to redo her site today. She has Acuity scheduling, and I'm going to create buttons that go directly from this page to her scheduling, and the appointment type that we create will be flagged as coming from the Mind, Body, Spirit Network, so Cheryl and clients like her can see that their marketing is working or not. So we want take action buttons on this page immediately. Why stop anybody from wanting a reading with Cheryl, for example, or for connecting with whomever? But many holistic clients have Acuity scheduling and have this capability, so I'm using it as a fantastic tracking tool, and it's worth it to start tracking your efforts. And then the bottom of every page is the ability to share this. So I'm the user, and I love what Acne Beautiful Complexion Coaching is doing. So I'm going to share it on my Facebook page, and that's what all of these buttons are for. These buttons are to share the content so that others can appreciate what I'm looking at now. These buttons are not to start following this particular client on her social media because she doesn't have any, but if she did, it would show up here to share, connect to her stuff. And then I'm going to click on her, so that's what the one-page website looks like. And I'm doing all the search engine optimization on it so that you get found in numerous places on page 1 of Google search locally. And for some places, New York City, I can't promise that at all because there's only 10 slots on page 1 of a Google search. So another approach has to be taken. So here is her blog. And I'm updating the format of all of the blogs. I don't know why that's not linking. Hold on, gang. Oh, I know. I've just got a slow connection today. So again, this blog is search engine optimized, and it's based on keyword research. And the keyword research for natural remedies for acne was like 40,000 searches a month. It was huge. I'm like, oh my God, woman, let's do this. So the blog will happen here, and there will be calls to action right here, a lead magnet. People are not developing leads from their blogs, and this is like the whole point of doing it. So we're going to incorporate the lead magnet into every blog, and I'm going to reinforce it with a video of her. And then in this sidebar area, the Get Social part is going to be the client's social networks. So if someone's on her blog and like, oh, I want to follow Morgan, they're going to click on this Facebook link, and now they're going to be able to like Morgan and what she's doing. And I'm also going to create a sidebar widget here as well for the lead magnet, which is not showing right now because I haven't gotten that far in completing this, but her lead magnet, which is this, is also going to be in the sidebar, so there's no missing it. And that lead magnet needs to be tied into an email autoresponder series. And as a higher level member, we're helping you all along the way with how to set up your email marketing, how to make sure those emails are getting opened and clicked through. And I'm getting ahead of myself again, so I don't want to do that. So what happens next is every blog, you become a member. And when you do, you're going to be uploaded to the Mind Body Spirit Network page. This is the fan page. This is not my group page. And I'm going to share you in the Mind Body Spirit Network. And there's ways to go about it. And it's always going to tie back, like, so if I share your new listing page here, I'm going to write content as a third party like promoter, like I'm recommending our members. This is what I'm doing, as opposed to promoting myself here. Most pages are self-promotional. The Mind Body Spirit Network is intended to promote my members, not me, there's a big difference. I'm recommending, and you know that when you get recommendations from others, it is more meaningful than, and I honestly, if I have a member I can't recommend, then I don't want that member. I want to be true and genuine about what you're offering and that it's of value to my readers. So when I post, I'll post an image here. I'm going to share comments, and I'm going to ask people to take action. And all of the posts will link back to your membership listing page or to your post. So now we're developing these links back and forth between Facebook and your listing page and your post, and everything's tied together. And then your listing page and your post is linking back to your own properties as well. So we're creating this matrix of community and connection for you with SEO in mind. Every step along the way, I'm using that expertise so that you're going to get found. And this is how you're going to get found when someone Googles you, because a post on Facebook actually has better opportunity to get found than a post on your own website because of the nature of Facebook. It's a much bigger community with a lot more authoritative power. And then so your blog post and your listing page will get shared on Facebook. It's going to get shared on Twitter. We have a Twitter account. It's going to be shared here. And, Twitter I'm not a big fan of, but I like the linking opportunities and the social networking that's going on behind the scenes. That's more important to me in building a foundation for you for an overall holistic approach to online marketing. And I'm going to spend my time really more in other platforms, but for now, it's something for you. And again, we're promoting you. We also have a YouTube channel, and part of the setup for some of the memberships is that I interview you on Zoom. And the interview is all about you and your core offering, whatever it is you're trying to help people with. We're going to have that conversation, and it's going to be recorded, and it's going to be uploaded to our YouTube channel. Again, when I use SEO in my YouTube title and description, it gets visibility in a big way fast. And then that same video is going to be shared on the home page of the website, the Mind Body Spirit Network. It's going to be uploaded everywhere it takes video now. Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, all of them. And I'm going to make sure that it always links back to you and to an opportunity to generate a lead and for people to interact with you. And then we have a Google Plus account as well, which I can't see. I think it's tucked under here somewhere. Oh, Pinterest. I'm a huge fan of Pinterest. And I'm going to show you, I'll show you what, I'm going to create images for all the social media accounts for you as a member. So you're going to have a core image that'll be shared everywhere. And then you'll have like this is a Pinterest image I would create for you. Here's one for one of my members. Here's another one. She's a therapist. Here's Cheryl Murphy's. Someone who's on the call. I'm going to click on Cheryl's. A Pinterest image really needs to be pretty comprehensive. Shut that dog off. So just here's an example of what we created for Cheryl. It's fun, it's memorable, and it's asking people to click back to her website. And I'm going to do, so everyone will get this, and then if you fit inside of other categories on Pinterest, you'll be inside more than one board, because there's a search engine strategy to that, and I'll just show you my boards real quick. Hello. It's not letting me go back. Oh, here we go. So I've got a board for holistic nutrition and detoxing. This is a board for yoga and meditation. I've got a board for astrology, mysticism, and spirituality. All of these boards are based on keyword research. So I'm really taking that next step. If I'm going to share you, we're going to put you in the right board, because now Google's going to see and Pinterest is going to see how relevant all of this is. So you will also be shared in our LinkedIn page, and I have a I have a Google Plus page too. So here it is. And again, I have everything categorized based on what type of business you are. So there's a lot of background SEO and content strategy going on for you. And when let's just say you write one blog post, you're going to get covered everywhere, hoping you're kind of getting the gist of how significant this can be for you when someone else is doing it for you and someone else is recommending you as a member, because we're saying, hey, meet one of our new members. They have a lot to share and offer. And this is what's going to happen every month when you write a blog. We're going to optimize it. We're going to share it. We're going to make sure it gets visibility. And the last part of visibility is you're going to go into our email newsletter. So people that opt in to the Mind Body Spirit Network that want to meet our members and find out all of the services and products that are available, they are going to get an email, and you will be included in some of these depending on how many members I have and how we can mix it up. But every month you're getting coverage in a big way. And then the last part of this is when you write a blog. Let's go back to that blog if I can. This screen thing keeps getting in my way. Hold on, here we go. So we're going to go back to the blog here. When you write a blog, I'm going to create a Facebook ad campaign that is targeting your ideal audience, not the ideal audience of the Mind Body Spirit Network, the ideal audience for you. And if you are locally based, if you want to deal with people in New York City, we would make sure those ad campaigns only get in front of people that are relevant to you. Certainly Japanese-speaking women in New York City is an example. We're making sure that we're creating target audiences that are actually going to convert into leads for you. That's the point of this. So the ad campaign is really the biggest part of this that is significant, though all the SEO is significant as well. You're going to pay for ads through Facebook, but you're going to get a lot of organic traffic as well that helps get return on your investment in this whole marketing strategy. So that's essentially it. Does anyone have questions? And I'm going to stop sharing the screen here somehow.
I just saw a typo. The word therefore is missing an E on that last page.
Where were we?
Right on the ASCII page next to the picture of the black.
Oh, thank you.
I just blew that.
That's fine. So, is everyone understanding kind of what's going on here or have questions about it? I have a pricing page we can review.
It's just fantastic, really. It's beautifully done. Beautiful. Like, not only is the concept good, but your design is immaculate. I love it.
It came out, I love it. It came out nice. I love it. I'm like, oh my God, I love this. And that's what I do with everybody. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting out of the way. And I did a little prayer because I had a hard time with the home page of the Mind, Body, Spirit Network. I'm like, I need 4 images that are just like, oh, grab me. And I did the prayer on my walk. I'm like, and then I started messing around putting images together. I'm like, that's it. That's it for now. And
Do you have a limit on how many members, expert members, you're going to set?
Not at the moment. Because we could get up. Not everyone was going to do as much, can invest in all levels. The entry level is a 1-page website, and you get to blog once a month, and we'll share that blog, but we can't do a whole lot of work for, so the entry level is a $4.97 setup of your 1-page website, and a lot of other things, which you can see on the pricing package. And then it's $47 a month membership to get your blog exposed. I can't do a lot of editing on that. I can't do a lot of setup. It's just a lot of work just sharing the darn thing all over social media. So it's a great starter kit for people who have poor coverage SEO-wise and who have a poor website. So if you don't have a website at all, you could have your own domain name, and I can point it at that 1-page website until you do get a website. So you have a presence, which is a good thing. And you don't have to feel bad, because some people feel bad that they don't have a website. It's like, well, let's not feel bad. Let's feel fantastic to have a website like this inside of a community that radiates beauty and love. That's the intention. And a lot of intention and higher consciousness is the point of this. And I'm banking on that one to get high return on our investment. So, yes.
So I already have a website, and I'm really wanting the network to generate leads and do the social media piece.
Yes.
So would you still do an individual website with 1 page for me, or would you use mine, or how would you work with that?
I would recreate one inside of the network.
Okay.
Definitely. Because you don't have SEO going on in that other website of yours, and that's a problem, especially because of your niche. It's very particular, and I feel like the traffic that can come into this website is a different intention, a different audience, where you're going to get exposure you're not going to get otherwise, because you're also, you'll get found locally, but it's a small niche that you're serving, and I'm a little concerned that you need to be broader to reach the audience. Yeah.
So if I do that and not do SEO on my current website, I'll be generating more quality leads.
Yeah. I would not, if you need to choose between investing in one or the other, I would invest in this, because you're going to get, SEO is a great long-term strategy, but not if you can't keep up with it.
I agree, and I have not been able to keep up with it with my current website.
Nobody does. I don't want to say you can't at all, but history of all my clients is nobody keeps up with it, and I feel like if I'm there every month saying, Donna, okay, we need a blog from you. I'm going to hold you accountable. And I'm going to say, what do you want to write about? And you're going to tell me, and I'm going to do a quickie search. I'm like, no, let's find something else. Or, yes, I want you to write about that. And then I'm going to give you the format to write it in. And then at the higher levels, I edit and optimize and attach images and lead magnets and tie it to your email marketing as part of that service, among whatever else you may need.
I was wondering if Cheryl would talk a little bit about her experience in working with you so far.
Sure. She did that last week, didn't you, Cheryl?
A little bit, but how about, the way she's got you set up on the network and stuff? How is that working for you?
Well, I have to say we haven't, Cheryl, I'm relaunching the network. And excuse me, Cheryl, I don't want to interfere.
No, please go ahead.
Cheryl and I are working differently outside of the network, but she was a member of the network when it first began. And that strategy was not a good one. I mean, it was okay. And it was great for some of my clients, like the acne girl, but there was no active participation. It was all passive. And I've changed that to actively marketing on Facebook. And that's what Cheryl and I are doing now outside of the network. But my suggestion is that now that we're done with we had a bigger project, that this is kind of the maintenance mode to keep her going. And Cheryl, please speak.
I'm excited. I think with this new network that you are revamping, it does sound more participatory. It feels like new material very frequently, so people visit it often, right? I'd go back and see what's new this month, or I'd find out in my email box what's new this month, and I'd go back and revisit it. So it just sounds more participatory for the audience.
Yeah.
Give the audience something to do.
Yeah. And for the members. The members, I'm going to I'm a bit of a mystic myself, and I got a vision that how I interact with people is I push you. I'm opening up the possibilities for you. And I'm saying, you know what? You signed up for this. I want a blog from you. I want you to share your expertise because you have a valuable voice and a valuable gift. And I think there's maybe one person that's come to me, I'm like, no. But most of you have very solid offerings, and I have a great feeling about all of it. And I'm highly optimistic for everyone. But you got to get some stuff out of your way, and you got to kind of belly up to the bar when I ask you to do something. And you're
That's a great coaching relationship.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that so much.
That's what I want this network to be. It can't be a lot of coaching because we're trying to keep it affordable. But if one month you're like, I just need some coaching, we're like, yes, part of that monthly fee can go to whatever you want. If you need coaching and support, product development, I want this network to include your ability to develop classes. I totally want to support you in selling classes. Deborah, look at that big smile. And have that homepage will then become a directory of classes. I already have events and I have other classes, but I want you guys to create content that I can share and have a library of that, a go-to place to grow and whatever the audience wants. Yeah.
Liz, can I ask you a question, just being a non-healer?
Yes.
Like, how do you see a business like mine fitting in specifically in the mind, body, spirit network?
You're a healer of the home.
What's that?
Beauty and design is of spirit. Creating beautiful spaces. I see art galleries in here. I see there's no limit to what you can do at all, because all of the marketing is based on you, not the network. The network is frosting on the cake. Because people that are like-minded are going to come there, and it may be your ideal client, is the intention. But any type of design, I've already, including art and design, and if you guys have art that you want to sell, I would absolutely have an art gallery for the network. I love that. But you definitely, Heather, I'm speaking to someone else who does business consulting. She's like, I want to be a part of it. Like, you can. Because it's the community of like-minded people that are intended to kind of support each other in whatever we do. But I also, for you, would look at house. I personally would look into that for you because you could do both, because I don't know that house is doing what I'm doing, but they are doing something that I know is effective. for their users. So you both could be a strategy for you. I would, if you decide you want to consider this, I want to look at House First for you to see what's going on and whether that is a better place to start. If you have to choose, well, I'll take a look at that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if I would like be kind of rebranding like Heal Your Home or
You don't have to.
Like just okay.
You could. I mean, design and beauty alone is of spirit, mind, body, and spirit. I think it's a pretty, if you feel like it's right for you, then it is. And I'm going to take care of you, my dear. Bottom line is, I want you guys to succeed. And if you don't, you know, we're all going down the tubes with me. Kidding. There's no tubes. That website's too darn beautiful to go anywhere but up. All right, so I don't want to drag this on anymore, but I will share the pricing. And I don't know if anyone wants to stick around and I can actually go over the pricing packages. You are welcome to come or go, whatever you want. I'll share the link to the pricing packages.
So Liz,
Yep.
so I was just got my ticket to hire you.
Oh, really? What does that mean?
I'm going to the bank.
Oh, did someone just FedEx you a pot of gold or what?
So I've been waiting for it for months. So anyway.
Yay! That's awesome.
Hey, Liz.
Yes.
So my main question is not whether I want to hire you. It's, are you going to help me refine my message as part of this package, or do I need to do that first? That's my main question today.
It's a little more work to do that beyond the network. You can certainly use your fees, the monthly fees, to do that, but it'll be a little slow going to get everything done. So I actually have created a couple of packages. The first one for you, Sharia, is even though I do keyword research inside of the network, I think you need more comprehensive stuff done to kind of figure out where the hell are you going to start, because you got too much going on. You make me nervous. So the keyword research is a $500 service, and it's pretty darn comprehensive, and it shows me a whole lot of where opportunity is, product development opportunities, blogging, lead magnets, the whole 9 yards. And that may be enough to fine-tune where you need to be. But if not, we may need to go into a little more product development branding exercise, which I created another package for that because everybody here needs it. And that package is $1,500. And it's I think it's 4 weeks of coaching, because I think you have to drag it out to get in connection with the vibe of what you want to create. You know, some people do VIP intensives. I'm like, you do it and then it's out. You don't connect with it because you're doing it too fast. So it's a process of looking at the keyword research and the opportunity, what product development opportunities are here, and then talking through the branding, the packaging, the words, and really getting that vibrational alignment, the ideal client. You probably need more of that because you've unless you've done it before, and but we'll take it one step at a time, you know. I think that
I did a package with another person and a couple of things, but it just hadn't resulted in the ultimate definitive for me where I'm like, yes. This is where I need to.
Liz,
yes.
I'm going to have to jet. I
Okay.
just wanted to say to everybody, I love y'all this much on Valentine's Day and every day. You are a fabulous group of people. And
Thank you, Hugh. Happy Valentine's Day. Love you. Thank you for helping out.
You're welcome.
Bye, Hugh.
Bye, Hugh.
And if anyone else needs to leave, don't feel like you're being rude at all. But
Sherry, I'd love to talk to you more. I've done this package on the keyword research, and it was very helpful for me to get clear. So I'm going to have to go. So love seeing you all today, and happy Valentine's Day.
and Donna, I'll see you later, right? Are we doing video today?
Yes, we are.
All right. You gotta get better on that sound. It's not fantastic. Your sound side.
You can get one of these on Amazon. They're
My
pretty,
goodness.
this one helps. Yeah.
Maybe at Mike's camera, or maybe at Office Depot or something.
Or you can come borrow mine down the street if you need to. I'm in Boulder.
Okay, Donna, I'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Sharia, back to what you were asking. Okay, so we'll take it one step at a time and see what you need. I would start with that keyword research because you have a lot going on, and I need to figure out where you can start, where there's a solid foundation of interest.
And I can write out what I know. Like, I can write out a list of everything that I know that is a good place to start.
Yeah. Like I like that you want to do this generational money healing, but there's got to be different language because not everyone's going to get that.
Right.
So we have to come up, different language around that to get an audience.
And there's other things that I can lead with. I mean, I do relationship intervention. I like training people about projection and emotional charge in relationships. I've got a whole course on that. I've got numerous courses. It's really a university. That's why it's an academy.
We see that. But we need to get you focused and really launch one. That's a killer.
So I think the brand is the Life Architecture Academy.
Ooh.
And, it's just a matter of how to begin with that.
Okay. So we'll have another conversation outside of here, Sharia, and decide where you want to go. And I'll send you the outline of what each of those beginner packages look like, and then the link to the Mind Body Spirit Network so you can see it's setting those foundations. Like, I feel like many of you need to do that so that the network can then serve you, because you're not aligned yet and clear on what your offering is. You want to offer the world woman, and I can see that, but it's difficult to follow. And when you make me nervous, then I'm like, okay, we gotta, I don't get nervous that easily, but you were like all over the place. I'm like, wow, wait a minute.
Over a decade of curriculum that I've been building, like 12 years, literally.
I know, I love that. So let's knock one of them out of the park.
Right. Perfect.
All right. We'll see you later, Sharia. Thanks for joining us. So lovely to see you this morning.
Thank you.
Did anyone else have questions? No? You're good?